Stay away from her. It's my lady. Yeah, what up with that? Oh, don't stomp. Try to always hit him with those stomps. For whatever reason, that animation is not disruptive whatsoever. That's all brothers and sisters and brothers and stilettes, like his animations are not disruptive. My weapons, I do a whole lot of damage. I can't tell if one is up or down. It's up or down. Hopefully she's not dead this time. I don't see her on the map. That is problematic. I do not see her on the map. Where the hell did she go?
Now that one hurt.
Okay, that's where she went. Thank God she's not dead. Woo! Thought our lady was dead. We can't have our ladies dying out here, bro. What is that about? Anyway, welcome, friends, to the good old game therapy. Just getting myself situated here, making sure we're squared away. And then we'll get on down to square business. Picking up, not exactly where we left off. I've done some things off camera to make sure that we're on track, taking care of some of the more tedious quest lines that you don't need to watch. And now coming back to the actual main story to hopefully start to close this thing we call Elex
El
out.
Colisado.
And as if you're just tuning in for the first time, if you're watching this after the fact, in a couple of moments, I'm going to break down just what
runners might be expendable, but we can't make a profit without them. Fucking William. If it's not shards lying on the sand, he can't understand the true worth of it.
So, as I was saying, I didn't think she was going to have a whole lot of conversation when I ran up right there. But in a couple of moments, once the audience starts to filter in for the show, I will then explain, for those of you who may be tuning in for the first time or watching while this is not live, I'll explain kind of what the show is about, what you can expect from it, and what it's intended to do. And that way you can decide if this is something you want to keep watching. So, with that in mind, let's see what this lady has to say to us.
Everything okay with us?
Yeah, whatever. Let's get on with it.
Why didn't we bring more men?
We didn't need them.
That thing could have killed both of us.
But it didn't. So, here we are.
Is killing creatures all we're going to do?
There are more challenges out there. We'll find them.
We make a good team.
You are talking about profit here, right?
No, girl.
Because challenge
I'm
and
talking
profit
about
is all
love.
I'm looking for. But, okay. If you find me a good enough challenge, something to really shake shit up, I'll think about it.
How about marriage?
How about taking the fight to the Alexeters in Zakor?
Or
Would
that.
that be a big enough challenge?
Fight the leader of the Albs?
Hell yeah, girl.
Well, that certainly is a challenge. It's also suicide without a plan. But if you come to me with a plan, sure. Why not? Fuck it, let's destroy the Albs.
Let's
just
destroy
two
the
of us.
Alps. It's Wednesday. Or it's Tuesday in the real world.
Yeah, whatever.
Neutral. Girl, I've been out here kicking ass on your behalf, and we're only... Man, the women in this game are hard sells, man. I bought one a house. She was like, nah, bruh. I ain't trying to hear that shit. You could buy that house for somebody else. Like, dang, you buy a woman a house. And she don't even like... Not even a thank you. Like, all right. Man, I ain't asking you to bear my seeds. How about, hey, you pointed out a house you liked and I bought it for you. How about, hey, not bad. I don't even need a thank you. Just acknowledge I bought the shit. All right, I guess that's that between me and the nasty. I gotta go get a plan to take out the Albs so she can join me and I can get her in that bed. The bed of love. That's a good bed. Everybody's gotta have a bed of love. At least one. On the ground or up above? Ground. Oh, wait a minute, I got a yellow marker. Oh, she's in a fight, man. Whoa. We'll see what that's about. Whew, that lady's badass. You know I like the badass ladies, lady. Those are my favorite. Alright, on the ground or up above? What do we got? Don't have eyes on yet. Slow with the turn. Bullet went through the body.
Looking for trouble.
Love when the good old plasma lasers go through the bodies of our enemies, because that's how you win. When the game cheats to try to make you lose, that's when you win. That's when you know you won. When the game knows it can't beat you, so it starts cheating. That's when you know you won, Jesus. Hey, there's two. What up, home? Listen, ain't nothing but love. That's how it's done. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, easy there. Jetpacks. 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 Packs. Jetpacks. Jetpacks. Packs. Jetpacks. What you doing with the jetpacks, B? Get down. Oh, better put them in the bed. Get the jetpacks out of here. Better let them jetpacks do the do. Better put them off in the gear. You better get them jetpacks. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo out of here. Tristan, what's going on, man? I'm just out here winning, dude. That's all I know how to do. All I know how to do. Just out here trying to win, trying not to sin. I don't have any weed or gin, so I guess the next phrase in that lyric's not going to be true. I am neither high on lots of weed nor gin. In fact, gin, not very tasty substance to me at all. I don't think I would want to sip any of it. Wait, I got all kind of enemies down there. What is the situation? Or did I not kill all them things when I came here the last time? Did I not kill all the things? Hello, Brian. I like the shades you're wearing. How are you? Man, I'm fantastic. How are you? It's good to see you, man. And thanks for loving on the shades. It's actually, the shades got incorporated into the show because of my son. It was my theory that, because people ask, what's up with the shades? Like, well, it's not really that big a deal, but I have noticed in my stuff and in other people's work, if that's what you want to call it, that certain jokes are delivered, like certain jokes to me land and are funnier when delivered by a person wearing shades. And so I played a clip for my son from one of the Sleeping Dogs episodes. I think it was the first episode where I had the shades, and my son fell out on the floor laughing, which to me is a great like, that's a great study group, you know, like, I'm sorry, focus group. Like, if you're trying to build a product, you get people in to test it and taste it to see if they like it. Like, my son is a great focus group because, you know, my kids like stuff that has nothing to do with the stuff I'm into. So if I make something that makes them laugh, I know I'm onto something. And he couldn't stop laughing. He's like, Dad, that is funny, man. Like, I was like, all right, it's staying in the show. Well played. Tristan says, can I borrow that gun real quick? I need to have a chat with my ego. Less talking, more shooting. I got you, man. I've been there many times. Quinn is suffering from a bit of allergies due to inhaling debris from the job, but otherwise doing okay. My man. Yeah, I used to get really bad sinus infections if I breathed in a lot of dust. So I keep this office relatively clean. It's somewhat cluttered maybe, but certainly not dusty or dirty. And even really not terribly cluttered. The desks need some organisation, but other than that, we good. Wait, angry girl. Nasty is an angry girl. Let's go find her. Let's get angry, Nasty. Come on, girl. Let's go get nasty. Yeah, let's go get angry. Nasty. She's angry. Weeding a soybean field. Got you, man. That good hard labor. There you go. Building that toughness and resilience up. I like that. About the closest I came to that today as I worked out. So I'm nowhere near as tough as you today, Mr. Josh Quinn. Wait a minute. Hey, where's homegirl? I ain't here to talk to you. Or is she asleep? Come on, Nasty, get up, girl.
What the fuck are you doing waking me up?
Get the hell out of here!
Everything okay with us?
Yeah.
Leave! I'm losing my patience. That's it.
Get out of here, right? Don't do that again.
Shit. Don't do it again. You don't do it again. You won't get your ass bust. Sleep it up. Hey, B. Hey, Tina T. Long time no see. How goes the nomad life? Oh, I know you've been making moves because you've been quiet. I always know when my folks are killing because I don't hear from them. That's when I know they're winning. Is when the calls get more and more spaced out. It's like, all right,
yes,
winning is
definitely
happening.
Get something to drink first.
I have no idea what she wants me to do.
The
Maybe I should
more of
start
them that
reading these
die.
quests before I go do them. Terry's in the house. What up, Terry? Waiting for the sun to go down so I can break my fast for the day. Then I'm going to get my grub on. Then we'll have our actual stream for the night, which will be the good old Sleeping Dogs. I actually wanted to have this one just to bring you guys all together to talk a little bit about game therapy and what it is, what it's meant to do. And kind of the theme for today's this particular episode is really important to me, so I did want to touch on it today. I know sometimes I just make absurd titles because I think they're silly or sarcastic, but this one actually means something to me, and I wanted to kind of share it with you. And I guess we can start with, first and foremost, the idea behind game therapy is, in my travels, I've spent 2 decades really raising up, training, and educating warriors and leaders all over the world. And the further I got down that path, and as society went on and got more digital and more online, a lot of that focus went to online engagements. And over the last, this is 2021, so over the last really almost 10 years, specifically, I've been making content to help warrior leaders, entrepreneurs, artists, those types of personalities. But what I found in my journeys is that in creating content, you're always looking for what does your audience need? And it's a way harder question to answer than you would think. Like I've even watched or listened to and watched Conan O'Brien talk about how challenging it can be to fully understand the audience that you're making content for. And so I've made a ton of content about self-awareness and understanding your psychology and how your biology ties into that, and then the knowledge itself you can use to understand your situation, and then creating a destiny for yourself, and then developing the disciplines to be able to go out, and the skills and the knowledge and the will to execute to go out and do it. But I've learned that in my want to help these types of people, right? You know, just as a guy who's been on the battlefield and seen a lot of suffering and wants to, like, I'd like to see a world where guys like me, ladies like me, others like me, don't have to go and fight wars. So let's, you know, get people better educated. Let's build businesses that actually do what Peter Drucker said, right? And have a moral and societal responsibility to people, right? Let's get back to that. But I found that in my want to create content that motivated that, I wasn't always as effective as when I was just entertaining. And I found that over the years that when I just entertain and I bring people together, those conversations about education and becoming stronger and becoming a better person happen way more naturally. So I created game therapy to be this intersection of complete batshit crazy absurdity, meeting with inspiration, encouragement, and lifting people up who are actually going into the world to make a difference. So if you're not a person who's in the world making a difference, or at the very least a person who wants to go into the world and make a difference, this probably isn't the show for you. But if you're doing that, then this is your place to come and hang with other people who are doing what you're doing, entrepreneurs, artists, business owners, business operators, you name it. If you want to hang with people like that, come together and build something cool together and heal together, you're in the right place. And the last thing I'll say about it is I landed here because I kept wondering, what is it that I need to say to folks to help them get where they're trying to go? And when I took a more empathetic look at what everyone in the world is going through, which is quite a bit different than my life because of the privileges I have access to, I started to see, empathetically speaking, people need to be educated, they need to be helped and made stronger. But what I think everyone in the world could use a little dose of right now, today, is just healing. Healing. And that's what the whole premise of this show is about. It's bringing warriors together, people that are going out into the world to make positive change, but you get scuffed up and bruised. This is where you come to get patched up and hang with other people who know the struggle. That's what it's about. Today's topic, no condemnation. The theme was, I was thinking through a lot of the people I'm running into on the internet, especially the ones who push back against a lot of the, like, I can tell emotionally negatively are pushing back against some of the things I'm saying. I'm aware of the fact that that pushback is coming from a misunderstanding of what I'm trying to say. And what I think might be at play here, I don't know, but most of the people whom I've helped, especially those that I've mentored, most of those people have encountered a level of condemnation from other humans, usually other humans who are close to them and meant to care for them, parents, you know, close family or otherwise. And they've received a level of condemnation that's now they go out into the world as adults and they see everything through the lens of being condemned for what they think or what they are or what they believe or what they think they might be, right? Or what political party they come from or race or any of that stuff. And what I want to say to everybody here is your beliefs, however silly someone may think they are, or I think they are, or my beliefs, however silly those things may be, whatever you think about yourself in terms of your personality, your gender, all that stuff, there is no condemnation here, all right? You're in a place where even if I fundamentally, philosophically, and morally disagree with something that you think, it does not mean I will condemn your soul. First of all, I have no power to condemn your soul if a human soul even exists. Two, it's not my place to condemn the human. Now, you may have behaviors or think and say things that I don't like, but I won't condemn you for that. I want you to have the right to say and think the things that are in your head and heart, even if and when those things hurt other people, as long as the intent behind your speech is to understand, to learn, and to grow, and not to tear down. So there's no condemnation for you. Like, I want to say that, like, to the whole internet. Hey, guys, we love you. It's like I feel the angst in some people when I talk to them, that they feel so much self-loathing because they were taught to loathe themselves by someone else in their life. And I can sense it on people, and I can hear it in their speech and observe the things they say that are correlated with those types of realities. And it's just like, all I want to say is, hey man, nobody's going to condemn you here. It's all love here, right? Even if we don't like the shit you think or are up to, we're gonna love and at least merit and respect you to the degree that you're willing to do the same for us. But like, take yourself off the hook a little bit with this level of you're not good enough, you suck, you're lazy. What are all the stereotypes, especially with these younger generations, that they're lazy? I've never met a lazy. I've met very few actually lazy people in my life. They exist, but laziness is a byproduct of a deeper rooted issue. And if you can deal with the root cause, like I always tell you guys, get to root causes of issues. You want to fix racism, fix education. You will not stop racism until you get IQs above a certain level. Until you have a human who's too educated, and IQ's the wrong measurement, until you get humans educated and wise enough to understand the idiocy of racism, it isn't going anywhere. Right? Because you have to be an idiot to do it. So get to the root causes of issues, right? So going back to the pushback, and it's like all I want to say is, hey, nobody's condemning you for not being enough, for not being good enough, or you're too tall, or you're too black, or you're too gay, or whatever the fucking thing is that other people condemned you for. It's all good here. No condemnation for whatever your shit is. It's all welcome to game therapy. You know, and Jesus Christ, welcome to the internet. Like, be what you are, think what you are, get in there. I'm not going to try to insert myself at any time, try to tell you what to think and believe, unless you ask me. And even then, I'm going to help you figure out what to believe, not tell you what I think you should believe. Right? So, like, no condemnation, man. Nobody hates you here. Nobody dislikes you here. And nobody hates you because of a thing that you perceive yourself to be here. That doesn't exist. There's no sexism or racism here, man. I make a ton of just horribly sarcastic jokes, but I mean, I can't, like, I think I'm actually mathematically incapable of being racist outside of some huge, other than the fact that I'm too educated to hate somebody based up on something that's made up. But I'm also, like, mathematically, I think it's near impossible for me to be racist because I would have to hate me. Because I'm everything. I'm all of that shit. Now, I have races that are more me than others. Obviously, I'm mostly African, right? In terms of the continent that I come from, if you care to know, Nigeria and Sudan mostly. But, like, you're not going to get any race, like, whatever race you are. And frankly, I actually am looking forward to hoping that I live long enough that we stop race. That we get to a place where, hey, that was a stupid thing we did for a couple thousand years. Why don't we cut that shit out? I hope I live to see that. So no racism. There's no sexism. I talk at length about my love for strong and strong, capable, and assertive women, especially like when we're playing video games. Like we talked about watching The Black Widow. Like I grew up, I never understood sexism because I grew up around women who will beat your ass if you were sexist to them. So I grew up like, if you're a sexist, you're gonna get your ass beat. Like, you don't disrespect women, right? So none of that shit's going on here, man. What are the other things that people get hated on for? All of the communities and the alphabets. Come on, man. There ain't no hate here, man. There's no condemnation for whatever you perceive yourself to be, or think about, or believe in your soul. There's no condemnation. Like I said, we may not agree. We may not see eye to eye. But you're going to have the freedom to be you. Now, as it relates to the show, you come on here acting like an asshole, we'll boot you. Like, no condemnation. But if you're a piece of shit, right, judging your actions, not your soul, just judge, like, if your actions deem that you are possibly a piece of shit, we'll kick you out of here. But You know, we're not going to condemn people for being different or being odd or being something that they identify as something that other people don't like. I don't even know how to not like it because I just heard it existed yesterday for half of this shit. So I don't hate it. Like, hey, get in there, man. Whatever it is, live it. Do it. All right, here we go. Let's take some comments and then let's get to some Elex. Terry, so B, when everyone wins and your kids have moved on with their lives, what will you do? Well, I'm already kind of doing. I already won, dude. Like, I won hard as shit in my 20s, right? And then I'm just living in the, you know, the after effects of the shit I built after that now. I'm kind of doing what I've always done, the same thing, really, which is just help people be at their best. I've always done that. Like job titles and careers and all that horse shit that people get their heads wrapped around because they have ego problems. Like, what do you do for a living so I can measure my self-worth against you? Who gives a fuck, man? Like, I don't, like, one of my most respected professions on this planet is the trash man. And I'm dead serious about that shit because I have no ego when it comes to, you know, I'm too good for this job. Like, I just want to know that what I'm doing is suited to my skills and it's actually being effective for the people that are paying for it. That's all I care about. But in terms of, like, what am I doing? I'm doing it. Helping people and helping these humans not to crash this planet into the sun. That's always, my mission's always going to be help humans get wiser faster. Maybe I'll have some newfangled way. I'll have some VR show where I break dance to Barney cartoons or whatever. But at the end of the day, my whole existence on this planet is to help humans live up to their potential faster because the only thing that's slowing them down is them. See, Tina, that's a great question, though, man. Thanks for asking. Tina says, going well, got a permanent position. Yes! What? Dude, you're freaking awesome, Tina. Way to go. I didn't know you were going to be able to turn that around that fast. Not that I had any doubts that you could. I just didn't know the circumstances would allow it. You're killing. Good for you. Count that money, too. Proud of you. Proud of you. It's one of my Spartans, y'all. She's out there killing it. Maybe then you'll have time to play Painkiller. Actually, I'm trying to work. I have no bull. Terry, I'm glad you're here. Painkiller is in the stack. It's in the stack, baby. Like the games that are coming next. It's it. Painkiller is. I'm pointing. My finger is touching Painkiller right now. It is in the stack of games that are on deck. Now, the next game that'll get introduced in terms of like AAA big budget game is going to be God of War, but Painkiller may get squeezed in there in between. Once I knock off some of these other PlayStation 4 games, I'll whittle down the amount of games I'm playing. It'll get there, man. So Painkiller is right here, baby. Painkiller and Scarface. Oh, and I said I had a surprise for you guys today. I know I showed yesterday's surprise. You know, basically making $250 by, like, I bought video games and made $250. That's how you do it. But the surprise I thought was coming today, USPS apparently sucks harder than I even said they do. Dude, the facility this thing's coming from is, I think, 13 miles from my house. It shipped yesterday, right? Yesterday was Monday, right? Or is today Monday? I don't ever know what day it is because I have children. And especially because we're just getting back into the school season. And when you're in the summertime, it's like every day is Saturday. Anyway, so it's Tuesday. It shipped Monday. And now I'm just getting the report that it just got to the central facility. I'm like, the central facility is like, you could have driven it another 4 miles and that's my house. And now, so I'm not only going to wait 72 hours for something I purchased on Saturday to get to my house. I now have to wait another day because USPS can't get its head out of its ass. Brian's happy retirement plan. Hey, Steve and Harvey, what's up, baby? And hopefully Painkiller 2 will be good, or another angry rant from B coming, plus an angry rant from me. I agree, Terry. People, and that's what game therapy is about, man. When I sat down, I looked at everything I was saying on the internet, and I looked at what's actually being effective. A lot of my teaching wasn't, because people aren't in a state emotionally where they want to be taught. They want to know, hey man, are motherfuckers gonna be alive? Are aliens here? Like, people they're afraid of shit. And those of us who have seen this movie before and aren't scared because we know how to live through it and push through it, we can help. Especially for the young people. Like, I remember that going to war. I was a rookie. I'd never been to combat before, so we looked up to the older soldiers who had done it before. And they became your guy. Like, tell me, man, what? I remember asking my mentor in the military, God rest his soul, man. Fucking one of the most fantastic humans I've ever known. May you rest in peace, sir. Like, nights before we were in battle, like, huddling up with him and some of the other officers, like, hey, sir, like, give us the skinny. What the fuck are we about to walk into? And he had this amazing analogy for the war that immediately put, at least for me, I don't want to speak for the other officers, but when he gave the analogy, it immediately put me at peace. I was like, I think we can win this, man, and I think I could probably get home without getting killed. Because remember, I had been briefed on a mission that I was going to go do, that the whole briefing, I'm like, that's my ass. Like, that's it for me. Like, my ass is dead. And I never told my soldiers that because I didn't want them scared, but it's like, I'm dead as fuck during this mission. And as it should be. I was going to be the most vulnerable, and I would want it to be no other way. If someone had to be vulnerable, the guy getting all the money to be in charge of this shit is probably the guy that should get shot first. Let's get this thing done, right? But being able to sit with him a couple nights, and maybe that was even the night before we went downrange, just, guys, here's what you got to be thinking about when you get in the game. And it's like, think about, you're getting ready to play the Super Bowl as a rookie quarterback. You're Patrick Mahomes. None of you are into football. Damn it, start watching football so my metaphors make sense. But you have a bunch of old players on the team that have been in a Super Bowl before that can tell you, here's what's going to happen. They're going to do, like, it comforts you. And so because I've lived through Earth being in fucking turmoil, this is now, I guess, the 4th time since I've been alive. Those of us who've been through this before know it gets better, and people get better, and we eventually push through. And we know that humans, because we're emotional little apes, like to focus on the negative and only focus on the negative and make shit worse than it is. It's going to get better. And if it is to get better, we must make it better. And I just learned empathetically, if I'm going to help people learn, I got to first help them heal. And I learned that from one of my mentors, and I'll thank him forever. I don't think he'll ever watch one of my shows, because why the fuck would he? But Alton Brown, when he taught me that laughing brains are learning brains. That is the crux of why I do humor. Whether you think it's funny or not, that's up to you. But one of the reasons I do humor in all of my shit, even in like mentorship, I do jokes, is because when chemically what's going on in your brain when you're laughing, you are open. You're open to experience. You're joyful. You're not closed-minded and depressed. When you're laughing, you're open to receive. So if I can get you to laugh first on game therapy, then I can fill your brain with good shit. Not to control your thoughts or to get you to believe my beliefs. I told you I don't have many beliefs because I don't know enough about shit to believe. I'm a discoverer, man. I'm an explorer. Sorry. When I find land, I'll let you know. That's how I play the game. And when I find the land, I'm going to assume my perspective of it is still a bit limited. Because if I walk through the whole terrain multiple times, I'm going to see more. Right? I don't want anybody believing in the shit I believe in. That's why when people say, be what your take, fuck my take. Do the hard part of getting your own take. Think through shit. What do you think? What you think's important. What you think's no more meritable than what I think. Period. You know, I may have more experience, so my take may make sense in a situation where I'm an experienced person. But if I don't have any experience, I got nothing for you. But anyway, that's, like, I just know people need to heal. That's why I even slowed down on my podcast. Because it's like, hey, don't worry, we are still recording. New episodes on the way. But I was like, people need a chance to laugh. And they need a chance to let their hair down and maybe come to a place where they can bitch a little bit about some shit that's going on in their life. Because everybody needs 10 minutes to be a bitch a day. That's my rule. 10 minutes a day, I get to bitch about whatever I'm mad about. And then I got to go back to being, all right, man that shit up, woman that shit up, and let's go make it happen. Right? But I get to be a bitch at least 10 minutes a day about whatever thing. Like today, it was these extortion-ass toll companies got $75, and it was one of those things where I could totally fight it and get my money, and they know it's just when money is not your first problem. They know people like me are just fucking pay them so they'll go away. So, but that's all right. They ain't gonna get us a second time. You know how to get them this time. Anyway, I just think, yeah, laughing brains are learning brains. People need an opportunity to heal. So let's heal up. Let's get after it. Let's kick a little ass while we're here, too. Josh Quinn says, I personally think what people need in general is agape. They need an understand. Well, and that's really what this agape is, very specifically what this stream's title is about. The no condemnation. The unconditional love. Now, not unconditional like. Whether or not I like you is going to be very conditional based upon our values and our personalities. But I can choose. I've chosen to love people despite themselves. You know? There are people who have said horrible shit to me that I've responded in love. Like, hey, man, you must be having a rough go. Otherwise, you wouldn't be yelling at people like this on the internet. If there's anything... I remember the conversation because it was over a video game. And I was like, first of all, I'm being sarcastic, man. I get that you like Zelda. I don't. So I tease it. But it's not real. Like, I don't actually objectively think it's evil or horrible. I just don't enjoy it. Anyway, so I get attacked, and I just told the guy, hey, man, like, I don't know what's going on in your life, but if you're attacking me and calling me names over Zelda, it's got to be hard. So just know, as a brother who's been probably where you are or somewhere worse, nothing but love. And he actually responded to me. He's like, dude, I'm sorry. And he started to tell me all the shit that was going on in his life. And I was like, I would be bitching too if I was like, fuck, man, that's a hard road. You know? I wouldn't. Now, you still shouldn't be behaving like a bitch on the internet. It doesn't excuse his behavior. But it makes me understand it and want to be like, hey, man, you threw a punch at me. You kind of hit like a bitch, so I'm going to let it ride. You know, but it's one of those things where that's yeah, people need to be loved beyond their bullshit so that they can know, hey, everyone's not going to hate me when they find out I'm not perfect. And that's kind of the game I'm seeing with this cancel shit, is everyone's pretending to be perfect. You know, it's like, dude, we know you're not perfect. We know you've done terrible shit. We're gonna, like, as is everybody, we're gonna love you anyway. You know, there's enough food to go around, guys. We don't need to compete on morality, for Christ's sake. Like, who's more moral than the other one? Oh my God, is that the game we're playing now? You're gonna create your self-worth based on the fact that you moved the goalpost of morality down the road and you kept up faster than everybody else who doesn't give a fuck because they have real life problems? Okay. One thing I've noticed about you, B, is that over time you've become a lot less pushy and more relaxed and understanding. I totally understand that observation. What's interesting, Terry, is that I am much more the relaxed and understanding person. The pushy persona is a perception. I'm not pushy at all. In fact, I wouldn't ever push somebody without them asking me. It's just I'm very honest and I'm very, very fucking assertive. Right, so it comes across as me being commanding when all I'm really being is honest, because people aren't used to being talked to that way. I learned that you got to kind of soften your fucking speech because people are sensitive, right? But I'm not pushy at all. Like, I just gave a speech about I don't want to have any control over the thoughts inside your head. I want no control over that. I don't want to push you to anything. I want to help you push to the shit you care about. And I know pushing is a part of the game, and I'm seeing too many people thinking they're going to get to success by hoping for it. But I've always been relaxed and not pushy. It's just which part of me did you see and in which situation, right? And that's one of the things I'll tell you guys to be careful about on the internet. You're seeing 4% of my personality in these glimpses in these shows, right? You're not seeing. You see me when I hug and kiss my son, but you don't see in the hour I may have spent with him before that. Right, so the persona as it comes across on camera, it's like, be careful, like, I guess be careful labeling that, because it's not the whole picture. But you're not wrong, Terry. I'm certainly not disagreeing with you at all. I know from my own kind of view of the world, what some people call pushy and what I call pushy are two different things. So I accept your observation is correct based on how other people view pushy. But I don't know that I've gotten less pushy. I just have realized that what I realized was, oh, people don't want to be like, people don't want a football coach. I had the delusion when I first hit the internet shit. I had the delusion that everybody wants to win. I thought that. And so I was pushy by your statement. And because I'll tell you how it changed. I was pushy because I thought everybody wanted to win. And as a football coach and as a mentor of warriors, I know people have to be encouraged and held accountable to push past limitations to be successful. What I didn't realize is that most people want to be mediocre and feel successful. They want to put a mediocre effort out but get Tom Brady results. And so I come across as pushy because, like, for me, that's not pushy. That's how I live my fucking life, is I get after shit, you know? But it doesn't mean I'm any less able to attract or seduce things toward me just because you push, right? But anyway, it's one of those things where I had to go through a learning process that, oh, most of the world isn't a soldier. Most of the world is not going to go the extra mile. Most of the world is going to go just far enough to hopefully win the lottery so they can stop having to work. And I got nothing for that person. Not that I don't love them and wouldn't help them if they asked me for help, but I got nothing beyond, hey, I hope your life's good. And so I had to learn, especially on the internet, because I was so used to dealing with people in the real world and dealing with a certain caliber of person because of where I was. I just wasn't ready for how mediocre humans like being. Because I had never really been around mediocre humans my whole fucking life. I was around people trying to win at everything. That's what happens when you get raised in a fucking super successful person's house. But yeah, so that's where the transition happened was, oh, I realized none of y'all want to win. So fuck it. Let's just make people laugh and I'll help push the people who want to get pushed. Most people want to look good losing, not actually go through the hell they have to face to win. Because if I can look good in front of my friends, it's kind of like winning. And I don't have to go through the hell to get it. That's most people. And you're right. I had to learn that. And then I had to be like, okay, adjust behaviors. I don't like that this is the earth, but it's the earth I got. And you got to go to war with the soldiers you got. So. Tristan says, what's dope about game therapy is that we deal with heavy and hard stuff in and out of the stream, but it's stress. But that stress is relieved by the hilarity. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I'm glad it's working. Brian said, except communists. Yeah, no, they could be communists. They just won't be in charge of anything in our community. Be a communist at your house all you want. Let's see, what other great points are folks out here making? Shouts out to the Vectrex. Bryant, to me, is the guy, the real life equivalent of the guy Roddy Piper played in They Live. That's both a compliment and a curse all at the same time. I love that movie, man. Oh, man. Trista says, oh, read that one already. Tina says, thank you, B. I may actually watch God of War. It was one of the few video games that caught my attention. Never did play through. Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, so Terry, I've always been the relaxed guy. What I just wasn't ready for when I came to the internet is how fucking not motivated people are. So there was a lot of cognitive dissonance and like, fuck, I gotta figure out how to get these people fired up to actually do shit. Because that's why they're losing. And that's the good thing if you ask me. I think game therapy is bringing out the best of you because you still get to throw out your core principles, but in a less serious environment. Yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna lie. When you were making all the life coaching videos, it kind of became exhausting for me. Well, that's because you are very much the polar opposite of me when it comes to ambition. Like, I want to do hard shit all the time and fucking get better. You want to do the opposite of that. You and I are oil and water in terms of how we approach the world. We just have a lot of similar values in how we want to treat people. So we get along really well. But yeah, no, you want to coast and I want to kill. It's two different philosophies. Of course, what I would do would and granted it would get exhausting to anybody in overabundance. But you know, I also have a weird type of mind where I'll read 3 fucking textbooks in a week and beat the shit out of myself to learn stuff because that's fun. Like that's my Dark Souls is digging through affected. Like this is my Dark Souls right here. I've been digging through this mofo to get smarter. Right, so yeah, for the guy who wants to just kind of run his business and talk about video games, of course the dude who's screaming all the time, hey, you need to get better at life and read more books is going to be exhausting because that's not the path you're on. And that's what I want to tell a lot of the people who watch me. It's like, I don't actually know why you watch me. I'm not talking to the type of human you are. Like, everything I'm saying doesn't apply to you. Why are you watching me? Do you just like people who are, you know, so incredibly different to the way you see the world? Anyway.
Yeah.
I think I know who the chem dealer is.
Well, please tell me who you think is responsible.
He says, and that ties into this topic because ultimately everyone has their own circumstances and grows at their own pace. I find myself being very slow at self-improvement due to life circumstances. So my philosophy is to do what I can right now. Yeah, of course. Of course. Absolutely, man. He said, well, you did start a gaming channel. Yeah, but I said from the beginning, the purpose of the gaming channel was never the fucking games. Because I hate all these goddamn games. The purpose of the gaming channel was to bring, like I said that 1,000 times when it was the Outlaws 7 shit, that the purpose of this is to give you a positive experience through video. The video games have always been the Trojan horse. Always. They're the fodder. Like the focus was never meant to be, let me show you all my expertise or all my knowledge with these games. It was more, let's just use the games to give people something to watch that's not just my sexually deliciously chocolatey face, you know. So yeah. the gaming channel was always designed to help people. It was never meant to be IGN or any of that other shit. I secretly wanted to make gaming content where I could because I understand a lot of what the world's going through because I've been through it. I'm just 20 years ahead of everybody. So it's like, I get where your head's at, and if I could just get you to listen for a second and focus on a couple of things, I could really show you how to make your life better. But with the human animal, it's like they have to go on this incredible journey of introspection before they can get to a place where they can receive that from someone they don't trust. And because I'm a warrior and they're not, they get to trust slower because they think they're going to live longer than I do, and bullshit. It's one of those things where the focus still was always positive impact through humor and through, you know, play. But what I learned was people just wanted most people just wanted the dopamine of watching and laughing. They didn't also want to grow. Like, basically the bottom line is I don't want to ever be around a human who doesn't want to grow, who doesn't want to go through the pain of growing up for the rest of their life. Because we're just going in 2 different directions. And I had to learn that on the internet, most people are not the person who's looking for the growth pain. They're looking to escape it. And I got nothing for them. I don't know how to tell them to live. I'm not going to pretend to know that life or try to tell them how to live it because it doesn't exist to me. All right, which one of these hoes actually did the stealing? Terry says, yeah, well, that's why I came here, to hear a guy talk about video games who sees them from a unique mindset. It's the same reason I like your shit. It's the same. Absolutely. Because there are new gamers, a few gamers out there who share the same mindset you have with game. Yeah, it's usually the older guys who've been around and been playing games since the beginning, and we just see some of the dumb shit the corporate capitalistic part of gaming has caused, and the young folks are too busy having fun to care about it yet. It'll come around. That's what I was telling you about, and I realized I kept saying John Madden Football when we were talking about Activision, knowing that's an Electronic Arts thing. I don't know where the fuck my brain was during that part. I was laughing about that this morning as it hit my brain. But that's what I was saying. Eventually, the kids will get as tired as we are of the dumb shit, and it'll change. Just like, I mean, think about, like, 3D graphics sucked for 2 generations, and then they figured it out. So, we'll get there. Because there are a few, let's see, and that's what makes you fascinating. Hey, Jolly D. And that's one of the reasons why I and possibly many others gravitate to you. Well, thank you. That's huge praise. I'm always very honored when other people in the industry like anything that I have to say, man. So I appreciate you and I appreciate your perspective. And I think part of the thing, if there's anything about me, I don't like getting called pushy because I know I'm actually not that, but I understand why people call me that. But the truth of the matter is, the thing that I think, if there's one thing that gets people to want to listen, other than me being interesting, is that there's not going to be any the title of the show. I'm not going to condemn you for thinking a thing, even if I think it's wrong. Like, people can come and have a thought for 5 seconds without me having to tell them you're wrong, you need to eat a dick. People, because like the first group of humans that really started to hang with me as I started to grow my shit, especially on the personal development stuff, were atheists, because they were fascinated by my perspectives on God, because I didn't also yell at them every 5 seconds for having their beliefs, because I've just been down the rabbit hole far enough to understand that our beliefs aren't that different. We're just calling shit different things. But that's a different discussion.
I suspect Hagen.
But all of that said, Terry,
you are making against
nothing but love, man. I love you, brother. Thank you for all the things you've said. That's amazing feedback, the critiques, the encouragement, all of it. I love you for it, man. Thank you.
I will investigate this further. If he is really the suspect, then he will receive a just punishment, and you shall receive the promised reward when that happens.
Okay, so I'm not going to become a cleric yet, but I am at the place where I can become a cleric. And that's what we want, man. Bache Bowl style. Huachagwan. Alright, what quest do I actually have selected? Because I'm going to make sure. Now, I know that was a terribly long intro, but that was actually the reason why I wanted to have an earlier stream tonight. Because I wanted to get that out of the way during... Wait a minute, what quest is this? No, dude. What? Oh, she wants me to take care of something else. Alright, so, bet. Are you talking to me or...
All who have faith will be saved.
Terry says, yeah, I totally understand your intent being the things you say aren't wrong. Just too much for the average person. I would feel incredibly arrogant if I said that about myself, but I love you for you saying it about me. Oh, God. I always feel like not sure in Idiocracy. Like, damn, I'm a moron. How the fuck do people think I be knowing shit? Honestly, like, for real, that's just how I feel a lot of times. Like, dude, we got this guy not sure. He's gonna make the plants grow again. Like, no, I'm not. I got shit to do with no green thumb. Alright, come on, man. Give me the map marker. Give me what I need to kill. I got killing to do. Jesus, I'm not in the mood. Is this who I'm killing? No. Who are the dead people that need killing? Wait, if they're dead, they don't need killing. Who are the people I need to kill to death? Ulbricht! You're telling people the harsh reality, and most people use the internet to escape reality. Yeah, dude, it's... God. I got that almost exact phrase sent to me when I was still a musician, and I had an older musician trying to tell me why nobody liked my music. He's like, motherfucker, music is for escapism. Nobody wants to hear all that shit you're saying. I'm like, well, nobody told me that. I listen to the words. He's like, you're a fucking weirdo. Never become an artist. You're too fucking weird. Nobody likes that shit. I was like, oh, okay. I guess I'll go on the business. He didn't say any of that shit. I'm joking. I'm adding exaggeration for the humor. But he told me almost exactly that. It's just like, dude, this is escapism. Why are you here trying to preach sermons? I was like, well, because I, unlike most humans, know we're all dying soon. And everybody's lulling themselves to sleep thinking they're going to goddamn live forever, or get to heaven and get another shot at this. And it's like, motherfucker, you get one shot. You better squeeze something. Fuck you. And that's the oil and water between me and humans, is everybody's playing the game. And I noticed this when I was a minister, and that's why I walked away from a lot of it. It was like everybody's playing the game for heaven, not to build the kingdom of God as we're intended to on earth. Like, I'll just wait to heaven for things. I got people I talk to, I'm just waiting for Jesus to come back. Like, what? Do you think he heard you say that and is cool with it? Like, you're still here, right? I actually asked a Bible person this. I said, so let me get this right. You're upset that you're still here. You want to go, you want the rapture. You want to get out of here because earth is just too evil. I said, but you believe in God. Yes. And I said, you believe that everything that's happening is according to God's will. He said, yes. And I said, okay, so you're still the fuck here. Is that not a part of God's will? Or do you think God fucked something up and you were supposed to get out of here early? Like, so if you're still here, clearly the rapture has not happened yet. And God has something for you to be doing besides bitching about him coming back. Like, do you think Jesus is listening to this shit and okay with it? Like, that's the difference between me and this average human you're talking about, is I run into people like that all the time where they're just waiting for their problems to go away. And it's like, what the fuck Disneyland ride taught you that your problem's just gonna fucking away? What are you talking about? You are outside your mind. And that's why it's just like, bro, I can't even get started with these people. You know, so yeah, the escapism. I'm like, yeah, everybody has escapism, but how much fucking escapism do you need? Escape for a couple hours and then bring your ass back and get to work. we use Brondo. It's got electrolytes. Lisa says, did you finally leave TikTok? Not yet. We've got, I don't know the exact timeline yet. I may be able to predict it once I get a little bit more into the battle rhythm of the things we're creating right now. But the goal right now is to be off before the end of 2022. So, not yet. We're still making sure that all the people who are there who want to know about what we're doing can get the word and come hang out. Terry says, I can be just as guilty of that with my rants about the... Yeah, we're all guilty of it, Terry. All of us, myself included. What I'm saying is, at least you're doing something, like, at least you took the time to write a thing, to make a plea to say, hey, look at all this great stuff that's happening over here. Like, at least you wrote something down that said, hey, here is what I can contribute to making the world better. Not just shitting all over the things I hate, but actually pointing out why and giving perspective about why I hate this thing. Now, you and I do the same. We do the same thing. I do it horribly sarcastically because I want it to be funny, but it's the same principle. That's not nothing. Like, you're at least trying to say something to change it. You're not just like it would be bitching if you just got together with all your friends every week. It was just like, man, fuck Activision. Like, but at least you're actively like writing pieces. But you're not just writing hit pieces against Activision. You're also trying to highlight, hey, let me break down for you why Star Ocean is an underrated, underpopularized game, and I'm going to rank order them and how you should play them. Like, that's, to me, that's a contribution. That is a contribution to people who care about games. Now, is it in the grand scheme of the universe? Is Jesus rejoicing in heaven because we did it? Yeah. Because we wouldn't have this entertainment shit if it didn't matter. All I'm asking people to do is just not over-consume it. And and I'm yelling at myself every time I yell at anyone else. I'm not yelling. It's just like, hey, B, don't overconsume. Be mindful of that shit. Watch where you're spending your time. But that's why I went to no condemnation, because most people will hear me say that and they'll think I'm shitting on them for being fat or not working out. It's like, no, I am imploring you to love yourself enough to lose the weight so you can be healthy and live a long time. I love you even though you are fat, and I love you enough to want to see you healthy. Fuck thin, fuck abs. I just don't want your ass to have a heart attack or something else. You know what I mean? Like, anybody can be taken as, oh, he's fat shaming. No, I want everyone to be healthy and fit and have an opportunity at having a great life. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. But at least, you're at least making an effort. Now, a bigger effort could be you starting a game company, but I don't know, but maybe you're not the guy to do that, And so, like, because I've had B, have you ever made a video game? Well, actually, yeah. Nobody's played it because it sucked. And I made it in college because I'm a computer scientist. But no, I couldn't make Call of Duty better. But I can tell you, hey, a lot of us are seeing something out here and are observing and reporting that it's not pleasant. All right, now let me see, because this dude... Why is this dude lit up? Man, these quest markers are something else. Because I have Angry Girl. Now, the interesting thing here is technically I do want to join the Clerics. Which, speaking of which, what is wrong with me in the name of Christ our Lord? We're going to save right here in the Lord's bosom. And then what we're going to do is we're going to save here in slot 8 as well. All right, so we got 2 of them.
I would like
You would that, but
oh, did I already do this? Did I already get this trophy? Because now
ready,
technically I've leveled
I
up,
will name you
so I can
an
use my
acolyte
weapon.
of the Clerics. But remember, devoting yourself to Calaan is a life choice. You must turn your back on the other factions. So are you sure that you want to become a cleric?
Oh, so I can get the experience points and then say no? Hold on.
no. I still
Wait a
need
minute.
to think about this.
I can get the experience
As
points.
you wish. But don't take too long.
Home won this gold leader. You mean to tell me I could level up and I didn't have to join? Is that what just happened, Jesus? That's what just happened, Jesus. You better tell me the truth. You got to do the do. Put on that birthday suit and let them come do the do. I got to hump with you. I'm excited because we're getting ready to finally, after all this time, use the gun we've been trying to use for 47 hours in this damn game. Shit. Freaking finally. Please, for the Christ and all of us. Yeah, oh, Jesus is the way. They ain't ready. Boom! Wait, what was that? Why was it like that? That ain't how it's supposed to go. Wait a minute. Oh, it's backwards. Or is it backwards? That is wrong. Oh man, the graphics are either tripping or the game, this gun is glitched. It won't matter because I'll still be able to use it effectively, but damn, this is going to be confusing. Anyway, y'all, we got our gun. We're going to do some killing. All right, so let's save. I saved in 8. That's where we'll come back to join the Clerics. I'm back to 1. Let's see. Terry says, does RPG Maker game count? Yes, because that taught me that game development. What? Yeah, not like being a computer scientist. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. It's one of the reasons kind of how I take some of the views I have on college that I have now. Studying computer science the first year taught me, yep, I'm not going to be a computer programmer. I don't have the personality for this shit. I have the logical, the kind of logical thinking style to be able to do the logic problem solving, But the writing of the code, I'm like, nah, this ain't gonna work for B. B gonna have to find something else to do with this time. Wake up all the bees, time to do a new thing. Tell all of these hookers to stay about your face. Oh, if you try running fast. Oh, so she wants me to join that faction because she's ready to pop off. That's why I got it now. She won't join me until I pick a faction. That said, let's take a trip before we pick. We're going to pick our faction tonight, guys. Yes, and we're going to pick all of them so you can see me get the achievement, or trophy. We've already done the Berserkers. We just did Dookie Strokes here. Or we didn't get the trophy, so I still need to do the Dookie Stroke over here. Or would I technically need to do... Maybe I need to Dookie Stroke before I leave. And if you're wondering what Dookie Stroke is, that's just a verbal crutch I'm using because I don't know the word I actually want to say. I'll teach you how my weird use of language actually works if you care to know. Why does he use words the way he does? Because he's cold and cruel and crafty. But wait, here comes the best part. I'll freeze your feelings cold as ice. I'll chill your cares. Ooh, that sounds nice. So listen, here's some sound advice. Be smart. Don't mess with the professor. Creepy. Crafty. Cunning. Clever. Cold hard. Don't mess with the professor. Cold hard. Let's see my movie buffs get that one. What's up, B? What up, Alyssa? I'm looking for Adjudicator Donkey Bag, and I forgot where he stands at, so I'm running around lost. Yeah, programming for starters is for people who love puzzle solving and Zelda and enjoy math. So that's the weird thing about me, right? I don't mind solving puzzles. I just don't want to do it when the impetus of this game is you handed me a sword. There shouldn't be any puzzles here. You handed me a sword. There should be no puzzle solving right now. There should be the killing of beasts. So, I enjoyed, Portal. There's a mobile puzzle game I love. I'm trying to remember the name of it. And it's, Flow. I kill that game. I'm a murderer at Flow. But, adventures in... or puzzles in adventure games always struck me as, did they run out of shit to do? You know, or I guess also they're trying to placate the ADHD type of thinking that the modern human has, where they're constantly bored and need something new to focus their attention. I don't have that problem. I have ADHD, but I don't have I'm fucking always bored. I need to be constantly entertained by changing shit all the time. I think that's why social media doesn't work for me. I'm good. I'll sit here and just watch Seinfeld talk for a little bit. I don't need to get some random fucker's thoughts on the goddamn vaccine in 18-second bursts. Who is this dude? Why do we care?
You do know why that is right. Can't you remember anything?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, getting around in this town is not the easiest, man. I don't always remember how to do it. Oh, dude, you were here. You ran up to the joint. How are you gonna be lost when you standing in front of the thing you're looking for? You are a heathen whore from Navalor. That's you. You wanted to be a magazine writer. Oh, okay, cool. If I created a game, it would be nothing but a personal fantasy project that nobody would enjoy but me. Yeah, but I bet you'd enjoy the hell out of it. You and I 100% agree with that lad. Exactly. That's why people are like, B, you should make games. I'm like, nah. The only type of products I could ever make, I've learned, because I've made a few products and I've sold other people's products. It's like I can only make products that I would buy, and I buy very few things. So it's like, no, I don't need to make a game. 'Cause I couldn't imagine people would like the game. Like you said, I think very few people would like... Because, I mean, I have proof of it. Crackdown 3. I adore that game. Nobody cares.
I would.
Have you?
Yes.
So be it.
All right. So now Nasty would join with
The
me.
clerics have stood
Oh, we're gonna
against
get another
all
speech,
those
y'all.
who would see our world, our civilization swept away. From the day the comet hit our planet, we have been the guardians of technology. We have preserved
So
and
we're gonna
developed the
move
tools
forward
that
here.
will keep us alive. And we have done all of this in the service of Calaan. Calaan, whose wisdom guides us all. Today we welcome a new member into our community. He was a wanderer without a home. He was an outcast and searching for purpose. But his path is clear now. He will master his new duties, firm in his faith in Calaan and with great courage. Yes, we are few, but our numbers will soon increase. Do not waver. As long as good people join with us, like this one here, there is good reason to hope. Now go and make us proud. Spread confidence and salvation. Cleric of Ignadon. Cleric of Ignadon.
Where's the epic robe wind coming from? About to get some PS skills. I'm about to be a cleric. A cleric. Change my name to Eric. I don't know. Like, can the game explain what these two things are? Yeah, whores. Like, pick one of these. What the hell are they? Like, this little stuff is where you can tell this game wasn't finished. Like, they just didn't have it. They didn't either have enough money or time to fully finish this game. Which, good on them for being able to pull this crap off in the way they did it all. You know, with the money they had, they pulled off a... It's hard for me to call Elex great. It is great for me. Objectively speaking, I think the game has too many problems to call it objectively great, if there is such a thing. Let's see. Oh, okay, so I'm getting both of these at some point. That's right, so it's really not going to matter. Oh, hell yeah. This is what I want. So this thing I'm about to get is actually going to be better than my gun, I think, anyway. So... Scooby-Doo. You received a magical weapon. Open the inventory and put it in your quick slot. Hell yes! So I think I tend to always pick the clerics. I think that's kind of my jamboree. I'm never using a sword again in this game. They can kiss ass. What you want, what you need, ho. Oh, what you want, what you need, and ho. Booyaka! I got magic, bitch. No, I didn't do that. I was partying. Hey, it's me, baby. It's me. No, come on, man. I was partying. I wasn't trying to kill nobody. It's me. The clerics, baby. It's me, Calaan. Calaan. Praise to Calaan. Come on, Calaan. I was partying. That's always something with these fucking morality system games. They are the worst. Hey, enough with your morality. But again, another critique for Elex is I'm now pretty much at the end of the game, at least from what I remember. Maybe I'm not as far as I thought. But I'm basically at what I remember to be essentially the end of the game, and I'm just now getting the cool shit. Like, I hate when RPGs do that shit. And most of them do. So, I get it. I'm the weirdo. Terry says, Drakengard should have been a manga series because the games all suck, but the lore... Well, Terry just ruined one of my surprises for this week. Damn it. Totally joking. But not. think a lot of game developers should be filmmakers and writers. Looking at you, I agree. Now Kojima killed it with Death Stranding, but it's rare when he's able to pull that off. I wish Kojima would create like a bigger studio that just writes stories and then has an arm that takes his shit and turns it into games, but then either subcontracts or finds people like Platinum Games to make the gameplay. Like, let Kojima write the story. He's the genius. Let somebody else do the gameplay, because as much as I love Death Stranding, for the love of Christ, Japanese game developers have got to learn how to understand how to make this part of the game not a clumsy, just fucking A. And you eventually get used to it, but it's like The Last of Us is like that. Uncharted is like, it's like, can you guys make a game that doesn't control like ass? Please. Please. Because we've had games that don't control like ass since 2007, at least. And we're still struggling. Anyway, let's try not to use our skills, I guess. Alright, let's save the game. Let's get a new save. We're going to call it 9. And that's the one we're going to the thing with. Nier Automata's... Wait. Yep. Same with Yoko Taro. Nier Automata. Yeah, Nier Automata is my... Nier Automata is the case study I would use for how every damn studio should be thinking about games. Shorter, more succinct, but still a really fantastic story. Fun as hell to play, but not overly complex, but still enough variety in the gameplay so that you don't get bored. Challenging enough, if you know, like, it's just, it hits it. Even like, I can even accept, like, hey, people just don't like brawlers, or they don't like shooters, or run around beat 'em up RPGs. Okay, no problem. But I'm talking about the philosophies, man, not just the mechanics. Like, let's go. Can we please get on this wagon? I want to use my gun, man. Somebody let me, Jesus. Can Jesus use his gun? Wait a minute, already. Didn't I just come from this dude? I did. Why is he still highlighted? Was I supposed to say something else to him? Because I just ran out. Hold on. My brother. Say, man. Can I get some cleric armor from you? I've been doing all kind of quests out here kicking ass.
As an acolyte, you are to work for the community and prove your faith to Calaan. Those who prove worth will find themselves promoted to legate. To do that, you must prove loyal and able.
Where should I begin my initiation?
Every cleric must learn the skill of suggestion. You should report to Boulder. Calaan's blessing has made him our most able suggester. You must also undertake a pilgrimage to prove your faith to Calaan. Again, Boulder can take you through what is required of you, and Martha will give you a task that will show your humble dedication to all who serve Calaan. I will offer Calaan words, so he will support you in your quest to become a true acolyte.
Kaz says you need to try your skills outside of town.
Prove yourself, acolyte.
Oh, that's great. That's great. He said you need to try them skills outside of town, bruh. What you doing out here? Oh, Lord Jesus is my way. Alyssa says, hey, B, I'm doing much better today. Thanks for the session on last night's stream. That's what we're here for, lady. I'm glad you're feeling better. I wanted you to keep it coming. Feel those feelings, lady. Let the hate flow through you. It's actually good advice. Let the hate flow through you. They tried to make that sound evil, but that's actually really good advice. Let the hate flow through you so that it doesn't take you captive, and then you can transmute hate into creating something that's love. Thank you, Emperor Palpatine. We just found out Emperor Palpatine was the good guy. They killed the good guy in Star Wars. Shit, that's what we're getting ready to find out. Oh, shit, Palpatine was the good guy. Oh, that was the secret. Oh, man. Let me make sure I don't hear a knock at the door. Since I figured this out, I don't want Disney fucking with me. Check my phone. Tristan says, okay, hear me out. Let's petition for a Call of Duty RPG. I'd hear that out. I mean, they made Ghost Recon into an RPG, and it became my favorite shooter of all time. And let me be clear. Let me be abundantly clear. I hated Ghost Recon games before Wildlands, at least on consoles. Maybe the PC ones from 1973 were good, but those console games are clunky messes. Like, you guys hear me bitch about teammates and no AI. That shit was... I was like, am I on a fucking operator team, or did like my high school football team get sent to do this combat operation and nobody got any training? Like, I hated Ghost Recon games, hated them, and then Wildlands becomes my #1 favorite game. You know, one of my favorite games of all time, because they got it right, and it's not an RPG, but it's got all the elements of RPGs that I enjoy playing. So. All the RPG nerds can be upset. I don't care. Call it what you want to call it. It's a fun-ass game. So if you were going to do that with Call of Duty, the challenge is Call of Duty is not an open-world game, so you're thinking about probably making something more linear, which means you're probably going to start to flirt with Mass Effect-type stuff, and when an RPG gets that linear, it's going to be really hard to balance it and have a leveling system that doesn't suck as bad as Mass Effect's leveling systems suck. And it's not the system itself that sucks, it's how leveling is implemented in Mass Effect that makes it suck. To me. It's just, I don't like it. I won't say that it sucks. It's just not my thing. Let's see, Alyssa says, I'm also excited that the founder of Empowered Man gave me his permission to use his logo for my projects. He knew exactly who I was by my request. I'm now curious what Superman has shared. Hey, that's awesome. Look at you. Tell you what, man, that it gets dark. That sun always comes out, man. It's always darkest before the dawn. Actually, I don't know that that's true. I just hear people say it. Make Doom into a forestry simulator because you already have the chainsaw. Wood is Doom spelled backwards.
Everything okay with us?
Yeah, whatever. Let's get on with it.
Get on with what? I joined a faction for you, lady. A faction. Or maybe I wasn't supposed to join the faction and now she hates me because I joined that faction instead of the faction. Oops. I might have messed up something. Let's check the... I have no idea what the hell. This is where Elex starts to have issues because they're telling me, talking to her, let's see, Nasty's looking for a new challenge. We just joined a faction to kick all the ass in the world. What other things are you looking for, ho? Alright, let's go broker this peace agreement and kick ass. Oh, no. I gotta kill this dude now. Alright, let's go kill him. Because it's either kill him or they get killed. And I want his ass dead because he's useless. Tristan says, I legitimately tell people Star Wars is rebel propaganda and Darth Vader was trying to make the universe better. I think so too, man. I think so too. Ryan says, it's a poorly told World War II story. Yeah, it's accurate. Very accurate. Whose author certainly would have been affected by World War II in a very personal way, so I can see it. Alright, we got some killing to do, y'all. Oh, I get to use my gun. I ain't gonna use my gun. I'm gonna use my my new weapon. I get to test out my new weapon on this dude I don't like. Kill his ass. He's gone. Good, and might I add, night. Where you at, ho? Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Alright, killing time. I just gotta remember muscle memory. Turn the muscle memory off. Left, not right. Left, not right, Bryant. Left, not right.
I found.
Oh no, don't do that yet. Don't do that yet.
Those Albs didn't kill your men. They've left Zakor. They're free from the Alb directive.
And you believed that shit?
The Separatists don't want to fight.
Ally?
It's
You're... Well,
I'm.
you want me to
Yes.
trust you.
Yes!
But you won't
Yes!
trust me.
Got that
You're
mother
behind
Fletcher!
Those Albs.
Ha
Only reason
Finally!
is if you're bullshitting me.
Slow ass
Why
game.
don't you go back to your new friends? That way we can deal with you all
Yeah,
together.
deal with it, ho. Cause
Get
we
out of Goliath.
I don't even want to hear the rest of this shit. Yeah, come on. Can I please fucking, like, have access to make a move? God, the combat. Piranha Bytes, please, before you make another game, because I've been praising y'all for years, but this shit has to be said, because I've been defending y'all. Fix your fucking combat system. How is it still this slow and clumsy? How long have y'all been making games? And by the way, let me be empathetic for a second. How hard is it to craft a combat system that does not feel like I am running through molasses when I'm engaging with it? How hard is that? Just tell me. Because all of your games fucking play like that. And I love your games, but it's like I have to work. It's like having a fucking crackhead for a wife, but she's also awesome and a superhero and saves babies on the weekends. It's like, well, I can't leave her. She's awesome, but I gotta get this fucking crack problem away from her. It's like having a crackhead ass wife. Just fuck. I love you. I want you to be good like you're supposed to be. All right, let's try again. See, like these conversations that turn into fights, you're getting hit. Like, that's just the way it is. Gotta program this shit. Now, I had to do it over anyway, so it's not that big a deal. Because I wanted to make sure I didn't need anything from him before I kill him. Is there anything I need to get? Nah. I don't need that necessarily. But it doesn't hurt to have it. Doesn't hurt to have it. You know, Terry, it's hilarious that you just said that. Because every Gothic fan on the planet would want you to be crucified for saying it. I almost don't want to repeat it because I agree with it. Well, I agree with it in certain aspects, and then in certain other aspects, I would say Gothic 3 is the better game. Gothic 3 is the better overall world. 4 is certainly a better playing game, but according to the fans, there is no Gothic 4, and me even mentioning that means I'm a heretic and someone who should be shot to death on YouTube, apparently. Yeah, like, I don't get Piranha Bytes combat systems. They've been making games long. Like, this shit plays like Risen. And that was 2009. 9! And I love Risen, but it controls like shit. Or it controls, like I said, trying to control your player like he's running through molasses.
I'll get you, asshole.
So basically, you have to run away from fights initially to have them. Actually, what? You know what? I want to try my new gun anyway. Fuck yeah. One shot! Ho ass ho! Oh, I got his key now. Your house belonged to me. Did you have a wife too? And some kids? They mine now too. Come on, honey! I'm home! Your new husband. Yeah, I shot your bitch ass husband outside. You're welcome. Taking all his shit. Fuck him. Sleep in his bed. and hope his lady comes home while I'm sleeping there. Hey, girl, come on in. I'm your new man. If you want me. If you don't want me, you can get another one. This ain't, you know, it's progressive now. But before you say no, just take a look at what you're saying no to, girl. All right, let's get in that bed and sleep. Gothic 3 has a nice open world. It's just not... No, it's not. Gothic 3 has problems in the quests. Piranha Bytes isn't great at making quests either. But, shit, what company would I say is great at making quests? And, oh, crap. Did my stream die? Yep. All right, let's get back to right, guys. Stand by. I think you can still hear me, but the video probably just kirked out. Which is weird because the bit rate's not down. Why the hell is it having a problem? Okay, it's on YouTube's end again. All right, twice in 2 days. I was praising YouTube yesterday. Man, this doesn't happen very often. This has only happened to me like once a month. Now it's happened twice in 2 days. They gonna leave his dead ass body cold chilling. Cold chilling out here. I love that. Yeah, I don't know what's taking the Alps so long to get this invasion started. I mean, they have stealth bombers, for Christ's sake. It's not like anybody in this world could stand up to them. There's more of them, too. I think there's more of them. Good one, Ryan. Good one. Good one.
Tasks. Promote.
Alright, so he ain't gonna say nothing for the rest of the game. You can take that to the bank. So I think what needs to happen next, since I went the Clerics route, is I'm gonna have to start doing quests.
You better get rid of that technology.
Shut your dumb ass up. Keep an eye on the time. Okay, we're still doing good on time. We'll try to get a couple more quests knocked out. Get a little closer to the end of the game. Yeah, I actually didn't plan to stream Elex today, but I was doing some side questing off camera. And then got into this crazy boss fight that I didn't remember doing the last time. And I was like, well, I don't want that. Because there was a whole scene where, you know, the love interest for the game is a part of it. I was like, I don't want the audience to miss that. Let me get things started up here. So yeah, Elex got the nod just simply because I've stumbled upon something playing on my own. It was like, I don't want, so I paused it and was like, I got other stuff to do, let's go get it, but then we'll come back, blah, 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 blah.
That didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work.
Sworn I already stole all these grenades that they wanted me to steal. Yeah, they should be right here. Or does he want me to just get them from the master?
Keep your hands off the stove, and I won't have to. Yeah, I bet you do. Get your equipment from your own.
Oh, damn, it's like that. There's my grenades. Granada. Oh, the other thing I wanted to check. I need to be very careful with my dialogue options because I'm right where I need to be. Yep, expressive. I'm expressive, y'all. And that's exactly where I needed to be for Jesus to come on. What is with so many Western RPGs, protagonists having buzz cuts? I don't know. Like, is that the typical hairstyle for the men in those countries? Because you're right. They go straight to the bald. And in at least most games, they have some type of character alteration system where you can add hair or some butt cheeks or something. But nope, not Piranha Bytes games. They're like, we know our core. We stick to it. Clumsy combat, broken leveling systems, but one hell of a world to explore. Techromancer, I think, is the only one from Spiders that I haven't played before the newest one came out, which is... Oh, that game pissed me off so bad. So bad I forgot the name of it. Whatever Spider's last game was after Techromancer. I haven't gotten around to playing Techromancer yet, but I liked Mars Warlogs was cool. The one I played after that, that's more medieval. They actually sent me that one for review. That was, I think, the first PC review I'd ever done.
I have the crates of grenades you want.
Excellent. Give them to me. What do you want as your reward? Do you want a share of these grenades? Or is it Elexit you want? And now this deal is going through, I can afford to give you a discount on trade. So, what will it be?
I want some grenades.
You will get them. Just don't use them all at once.
Alright. Got that quest line done. What's next? What's going on up here? Oh, we're going to talk to Nizol, right? Because I already killed Fartmaker. Techromancer was their best. Okay, noted. Noted. Because I've played 3 of their games. Mars Warlogs, the medieval one, and there's a... What was the one before Techromancer? There was another one, I thought. Oh, man. Bound by Flame was the medieval one. Thank you. From what I remember of the story, it was okay. I like their games because they're succinct. They're not 400 hours long. Like, they end. Thank God someone makes a game that's not 200 hours long. You know, and it's sad because I'll hear like publishers or developers talk about, you know, we got to make these games long because gamers, man, they want their games to be long. I'm like, and you have yourself to blame, or your PR teams, because for years at E3, all you did was brag about how long the fucking game was, so you conditioned the consumer base to associate length with value. You created that bed you're living in, fucking publishers, or at least marketers. Maybe I shouldn't blame the publishers, but the publishers are still responsible. Like, if you're upset that gamers want long-ass games, you created that shit by making it one of the features you would always highlight. It brags 70 hours of game. Oh my God, 70 hours! How could I ever thank Activision for caring about me so much to make me do the same thing 411 fucking times? Like, I don't get it. Nick says, I just got back into streaming on my Twitch account today. Gonna try to grind it out, but not sure if I should switch to you should switch to YouTube. Don't waste your time.
The changes in me are having other effects. I'm having visions.
What have you seen?
I'm not sure. I think they were visions from my past.
What have you learned from them?
Learned? Nothing. The visions have only given me more questions.
That may be so for now, but do not dismiss them. It may be that they have answers to offer you.
What is causing them?
I don't know for sure. There are many stories of Albs who have had visions as their bodies fought against Elex withdrawal. They say that it was something similar that gave the hybrid his first visions, but who knows? All there is around the hybrid are stories, few facts. But perhaps these visions will help you to learn who you really are, now that Zakor has lost its power over you.
Roger that.
What else do you have to report?
I found the thief who stole my armor.
So you have recovered your equipment?
No, he had sold it on.
Then it seems that your ties to Zakor are being cut. You will have to use the equipment you can get from the Free People. Do you have anything else to report?
I met some of your people in Edan.
Yes, Nezol and his men. I also know what happened. Anyone else in your situation would probably have killed them. It speaks well that you did not.
So, Nick, I know I just kind of gave you a blanket answer with no explanation. I don't usually like to do that or give advice that way, so let me not backtrack, but just add some context. So you're asking, hey, I'm getting ready to start on Twitch. Should I do that? Or maybe I should do it on YouTube. And I'm going to assume a lot of things about what you're attempting to do, and that's why I said just do it on YouTube and don't waste your time. But I guess I would be remiss if I didn't at least ask you, what is it that you're trying to accomplish with these streams? And why did you choose Twitch?
I've joined a faction.
And I hope this brings you strength.
The Clerics' technology is comparable to ours, and they are fully committed to stopping Zakor's victory.
That connects them to us. But they fear the Alps since we split from them, and that means they have no trust for separatists. Do you have anything else to report?
The equipment I have should be good enough to take on the Alps in Edan.
I knew you would find the tools you needed to survive. Do you have anything else to report?
The equipment I have found will have to do the job.
Yes, you have done well. Your preparation should have made you ready to take the next step. But what you have achieved so far will not make you strong enough to challenge Calex.
Uh-oh. Yo, yo.
Dinner's ready?
Dinner time?
See?
Alright, give me a couple. I'll be done. Thanks, man. Well, I guess... Oh, no, I should stream for an hour on YouTube tonight before bed. So what's it gonna be, Nick? That's funny. Edan, the place where we kick ass all night long.
You will need to assign someone to complete his mission.
He will be hard to replace. There aren't many Albs with his skills.
You were right to kill him. The directive only allows one outcome for failure.
Are you saying I was wrong to assign him?
Failure cannot be tolerated. Get this right before their failure becomes yours.
Spoken like a true Alexitor, Jax.
I am no Alexitor. The hybrid has yet to call me for that honor.
It can only be a matter of time before he summons you to him. You bring our father honor. I am honored to be your brother.
Honor the hybrid. Serve the hybrid.
I will not dishonor you. I will ensure this Alb's failure does not reflect on us.
Though you aren't strong enough to face Calex, you are ready for the next steps you need to take.
Roger that.
In terms of our alliance, I will ensure that our soldiers do not cause you any problems, unless you show signs of reverting to your old allegiance to Zakor. More than that, I cannot offer you right now.
Roger that.
We can trade or offer advice for now, but our forces must remain ready to fight Zakor.
That is as I expected.
You have done well, but you should be cautious in your plans. You are not strong enough to challenge an Alexitor like Calax. but I can tell you how to get closer to achieving your goal. One of my agents has reported that the rebel Alexitor Zardom is hiding in northeastern Abessa.
I've already spoken.
He has established a hidden base there while the Ice Palace is searching for him. As he too is now sought by the hybrid, perhaps he will help you. You should find him and tell him your purpose. I am sure he can advise you how to take on the Alexitors without fighting your way through an army to do it. Although you will have to decide whether he can be trusted.
I have already spoken with Zardom. I don't think he can help me.
Perhaps. Or perhaps you have yet to ask him the right questions. Zardom never did answer questions directly. I never understood how he rose so far in the ranks.
You just
Why
answered
have
your
you
own
left
question.
a former Alexitor alive? If he hasn't joined you, couldn't he be a threat?
I don't know what he is. He was a loyal Alexitor, and yet he has run from Zakor. That is why I sent you. Partly for your own business, but also to learn his intentions.
So I'm the bait?
Zardom is an outcast like you. But we don't know whether he still possesses his Elex abilities. He has shown no interest in joining us. Perhaps he will talk to you. Maybe you can discover what powers he still has, and how he intends to use them.
And if he kills me, that won't be a great loss for you.
You will benefit
Fuck!
from talking to him.
I got through
and we
all
will know
that
what we
and
have
still
to do
fucked it up.
If he should ever stand.
Why
How was
should-
I supposed to know which one of those?
You-
Now I gotta fucking do this whole
What is
dialogue ass tree again. Fuck. Just can't. They don't want you to win, man. This fucking game. I was killing that whole conversation. One mistake. Done. Can I go to bed yet? Piranha Bytes, morality. Piranha Bytes. Here's what I want for y'all. This is all I want, and I know you've already made Elex 2, so it's probably already too late for Elex 3. Piranha Bytes, I love you. I want to start with I love you, and I love so many of your games. Can you please just work on making your combat systems not be a clunky? Clunky's the wrong word. We use it too much. It's slow and plodding, and not fucking responsive to the controls. Please. Thank you for the jetpack. It certainly adds a lot of flavor, but the controls are still slow and plodding like running through molasses. Can you fix that? Because I've been experiencing that since Risen in 2009. I'll remind everybody that was 12 years ago, and you still haven't seemingly gotten that much better. Also, can you please make your leveling systems not a fucking unbalanced mess? Now, I get that the way I'm playing the game is causing it, because if I just wanted to power level, I could have done it, but at the expense of the story, which I didn't want to do for my audience. So now I've got to play the game in this very parochial fucking nickel and dime way to enjoy it the way I like it because of the rules you set up ahead of time with your fucking morality system. Here's what we need. Fix combat. You already do exploration better than everybody. There isn't a company that does it better than you. Exploration in RPGs is your jam. If you fix combat and you get a dope leveling system, please see Star Ocean 2. And you get a dope leveling system and a dope combat system, it's one of the best RPGs ever made. And take the fucking morality system out of it. Don't start adding shit to your games when you haven't even mastered the basics of play yet. Please. That's my humble request from someone who loves you more than you'll ever know. Anyway, and I'm being sarcastic and tongue-in-cheek. I think what you guys and ladies and others have pulled off here is freaking fantastic, given what you have to work with. I really do wish, please, and I'm saying it not from like angry customer roar. I'm saying, I think you guys and I think y'all are capable of way more than what you're turning in. I believe that about you. I do. And this leveling system in and of itself is fantastic. Your implementation is so anal retentive and so make the player suffer that it's like, okay, I don't know if that's what you were going for in the narrative, but make that shit clear from the beginning of the game. Hey, leveling up's gonna fucking suck for the rest of this game. Do you still want to play it? No. Thanks for telling me. I would have avoided it altogether.
changes in me are having other effects. I'm having visions.
What have you seen?
I'm not sure. I think they were visions.
Yep. Yeah, Elex dialogue system is very much like dating someone who is very bipolar. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
You will need to assign someone to complete his mission.
Though you aren't strong enough to... You have done well.
Now, does he make me do this?
Every Alexitor deserves nothing but death.
Not if he can still be useful to you.
Why have you left a former Alexitor alive? If he hasn't joined you, couldn't he be a threat?
I don't know what he is. He was a loyal Alexitor, and yet he has run from Zakor. That is why I sent you.
Yeah,
Only
I need
for
to
your
be
own
respectful
business,
too. Oh,
but also
I thought
to
he was
learn
done
his
talking.
intentions.
Sorry,
So
dude.
I'm the bait.
Zardom is an outcast like you, but we don't know whether he still possesses his Elex abilities. He has shown no interest in joining us. Perhaps he will talk to you. Maybe you can discover
Dude,
what
I've already
powers he still...
talked to him, dog. Hey, which one of these did I do last time and I was wrong? I was wrong as shit.
In fact, by watching him kill me, you can assess his powers.
You will benefit from talking to him. And we will
That
know what
seems
we
just
have
as
to do
unemotional
if
as
he
the
should ever
other.
stand
Like,
against
so the whole
us.
point is you have to say
It's
things
mutual.
that seem emotional to decrease your robotic. Both of those things are very not emotional comments, but one made my cold decrease. Don't put a fucking morality system in your game if you can't make it intuitive for the player.
Convenient.
More is
Zardom
not
helped
more
me.
like more shit
He
does not
suspects
equal
Zardom
more
plans
value
to end
in your
his
games.
exile and return
Like, why
to
do I even
Zakor
have to say
lead the
this?
Alps. In his own way,
And I know it's
he
because your
always was loyal
customers
to
suck.
our
It's not
people.
you.
But he doubts the hybrid. Zardom harks back to the days before the hybrid took over. He believes the Albs will evolve, that they are superior. He fears the hybrid has subverted those causes for his own ends.
Vectrex.
Put yourself into Zardom's service. Tell him that your reputation will mean that he has to take notice of you.
Hold on. We're gonna get another cutscene? Yes. Well, let's do it.
What is in the hybrid's mind?
Act-
Surely
looks
the
like we're going to Act
Founder
3,
must
baby.
know of my survival. And yet here I am, living, breathing, in contradiction of the directive. The hybrid's will commands. All Elex must be given to the hybrid. All loyalty, all duty must be to the hybrid. For the hybrid sees all.
For the hybrid
So,
sees all.
why has he permitted me to live? Am I still part of his plan? Or did he send me to die at the hands of my brother? Before the crash, I saw everything clearly. The hybrid's will answered everything. Now, I have only one route to answers. I must find Calyx.
Oh wow, that was only chapter 2. Thought we was in chapter 3, baby. Maybe I'm not as far into this game as I remember. That may actually be very true. Because I remember we push into Zakor and we start getting into fisticuffs. And the fisticuffs get pretty cool, actually. Like, that's where the combat system shines, is when, like, and let me be clear with the part of the combat that I'm actually critiquing. It's all slow and somewhat clumsy, but it's the melee up close shit that just suffers from it. Like, when I'm at distance and I can fire on people and move, and it's not the slowness of it doesn't really affect you as much, and having the jetpack to be able to get up above people when they can't hit you and stuff, it's kind of cool. So the combat system is actually a lot of fun to play. It's just the controls, man. Like, if you played The Last of Us, the combat, once you learn the system to it, is fun. If you can master it, it's just the controls are so not... I wouldn't have put that on R1. Who shoots with R1? You know? So. Anyway, still love Elex. Still want to end on a positive note. I just wish a lot of things about it were different, but they're not, so we're going to love it for what it is. I'm going to get up out of here, go have some dinner with my family. I love you all. We are stronger than I. I'll be back here probably somewhere around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on your dial. We'll come back and have our main stream for tonight for Game Therapy, which will be Sleeping Dogs. And we'll just keep this train running, man. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Nick, Ryan, Terry, Kaz, Alyssa. Who else was here? I know Steven was here. Who did I miss? Let's make sure we capture. Lisa was in the house. I know Tina was here. My man Shredder Steve was in the place. Wow, Steven gave me really high praise that I missed, man. If Steve, if you're still here, man, love you, brother. Good to see you. That's Shredder Steve. Thanks for coming through. Thank you, Tristan, one of my Spartans, man. The Pistachio is up in the place. Yeah, I think that's everybody. And Josh Quinn Andrews. Don't want to leave out Josh Quinn. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and sharing some of your time with me. I hope you got something good out of it. And we'll be back in about an hour. Love you much. We are stronger than I, and I'll see you then. Peace.